6, and 11.
Oh, you want me to read it? Are you because they are where they are. I know you love the Niner gang and gang.
Let me be real about the Niners, man. Shanahan, his seat, it is officially hot.
Oh.
It's officially hot. You just fired your special teams coach. You just fired your defensive coordinator. You would fire your offensive coordinator, but you are the offensive coordinator. Shanahan, now you got to get it right. See, last offseason, I suggest you got it all wrong. Should have paid Trent Williams sooner. Y'all didn't. Should have paid Brandon Ayuk sooner. Y'all didn't. So I would suggest that you did it all wrong last offseason. I would also go as far as to suggest you wasted a year of Fred Warner's life. You wasted a year of Nick Bosa's life. You wasted a year of Charvarius Ward's life. You wasted a year of Demo's life because you hired a defensive coordinator that was not suited for the job. You hired your friend. You wasted a year because of cronyism, someone benefiting from friendship with you. Because Steve Wilks had the number 2 defense in football with the Niners, and you fired him. Hired Nick Sorensen, promoted him from within. He had a 25th or 23rd defense for the Niners, and you said, I'm not going to fire him. You're going to find another position for him within the organization. So because of friendship, you wasted a whole year of the Niners' life. So yeah, Shanahan, that seat is hot. You didn't hire Sorensen because he was qualified. You hired him because he was your homie. And now you lost the whole season because he was your homie. Of course, that seat got to heat up too, Bob.
And that was good, but come on, man. Nobody, even the year they had this year, nobody once questioned if Kyle Shanahan will be there next year.
No.
He's so good. Everywhere he goes, he wins. And this league is hard, right?
Very.
Like, that's why I always argue for the superstar players, because just imagine every year people expect you to be a superstar and win every single year, and it's not easy to do. So I think Kyle Shanahan had a bad season, right? We all are acceptable to having those, right? Because he has win. They draft pretty well. I think next year we'll see the same Niners. We'll see one of the top teams in the NFC. They had a bad year this year. I think bad coaching was some of that. That's why he's making some moves. I think injuries, right? And I think the mismanagement with the contracts and the front office.
No doubt.
All them things is all in one. I think next year they'll take things a little bit more serious. Because sometimes you get a little cocky, you get a little conceited. Like, hey, man, I'm nice.
Yeah.
I win.
No doubt.
I've been there like, yo, I train hard, but maybe this year I gave up 1,300 yards. Man, come on, man, I could give it a year off. No, then I have a bad season, then I get back to the drawing board. So Kyle Shanahan is never going to be in no hot seat.
No, I agree. I don't think he's on a hot seat at all. It's not officially hot. It's cold. I think he's still one of the best.
Cold?
Yeah, dude,
It's
I think
cold.
he's still one of the best coaches out there. And now, I will agree, this mismanagement of the defensive coordinator hiring, and I was on it early with Nick Sorensen, because that Niners defense did not look the same all year. There's 2 names out there, Lou Anarumo and Robert Saleh, that make sense. If you get that right, if you hit this defensive coordinator hire outside the park and hit a home run, I think he's going to be just fine. Because let's be real, like, even though how hurt they were and how much off-field stuff, guys getting shot, unfortunately some guys lost kids, which is unspeakable. Like, all the stuff outside of the field really snowballed. The Super Bowl hangover was real, but they still finished 13th in points per game, 4th in total yards, 4th in passing yards per game. They still have that elite offense. It's that defense where they allowed a ton of points in the red zone specifically. I think you get a guy who you know can do it. Seat remains cold because ain't no one doing the job that Kyle Shanahan did. We forget. He's been to 2 Super Bowls, some NFC championship games. I just don't think any world it's hot right now.
It's crazy, man. My answer is no. But AJ, he did a really good job at prepping me on this right here, because I'm looking at this. He really should have got the Mayo and AP treatment. 6-10, 4-12, first 2 years. He shouldn't even be the head coach right now, to be honest with you. But I'm looking at this in 8 seasons, 4 losing seasons, 4 winning seasons. I didn't know that. I thought he was doing, like, way better than that, honestly. True story. But the main thing is you've been to 2 Super Bowls, and obviously that means 2 NFC championship games. So you've proven you can get there. So my answer is no, because recently he's win, and been to NFC championships and Super Bowl games, and we know the type of offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan is. So I'm going to say no. But in 2025, you said cold. I don't know if the seat going into 2025 is cold.
That's where I'm at.
It's warm.
That's where I'm at.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you come out here and you have another losing season in 2025, are you the dude that's going to take us there and get us over the hump? I don't know.
Losing seasons, but they were awful the first 2 years. The second year, they had Nick Mullins. And how many quarterbacks they have in 2020?
It's a lot of coaches get fired with bad quarterbacks. Is what I'm saying. And not do good with bad quarterbacks.
Are we really?
We're really talking.
What you saying?
Arguing if Kyle
We're really
Shanahan,
talking about this.
the head coach of the Niners,
Come on.
can potentially be fired the next 2 years if they don't play well. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so
I'm saying
I
that.
think he'll be on the hot
But
seat.
the reason I'm saying that is, like Chase said, provide context. The context for me is too often Kyle Shanahan makes friendship decisions instead of best decisions. So if Kyle Shanahan cannot make this defensive coordinator decision right and remove his friendship from it, then at least somebody got to make the decision for him. When Mike McCarthy took the job for the Cowboys, Jerry Jones said, hey, Kellen Moore is going to be your offensive coordinator. You can pick your own DC. Mike McCarthy picked his friend. He picked a dude named Mike Nolan, former defensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons, had the 31st defense in football, and Mike Nolan with the Cowboys sucked. So Jerry said, you know what? No, you can't pick no more. I'm choosing. Here's Dan Quinn. So Kyle Shanahan, you got rid of Steve Wilkes, who had the number 2 defense in ball. You promoted your homeboy. He had the number 29th defense in ball. If with another year, Kyle Shanahan proves he can't make a decision that's best for the organization and friendship's going to mess it up, yeah, somebody got to make the decision for him or have somebody who can make those decisions. That's all I'm saying.
I won't even, get into it with y'all because I'm going to get loud.
Me too.
I'll just say this. If that day happens when the Niners, they want to relieve him of his
There'll be
duties.
some opportunities for him for sure.
31 other teams have taken.
Of course.
30.
Of course.
Andy Reid.
Every team will want.
Not named
good
Andy
coach,
Reid or
but it's-
Sean McVay.
yeah.
But this is my thing is, you know how hard it is to do what he's done?
No question.
Everywhere he's gone, he's been a
Agreed.
really good coach.
There's
And my
ups and
thing is,
downs,
Not arguing
it's
with that.
easy to say, okay, go ahead, leave. You know what the Niners was before him? I can name all them coaches.
Yeah.
Trash. Weak.
For 4 years before him, Harbaugh was the nicest.
He left. He gone. Cool. He was gone. Since then, it was terrible. It was awful. But if you want to take that chance, go ahead. I won't even argue with y'all with that
Here's
one.
the thing. Y'all know I think Kyle Shanahan is the second or third best. I think Kyle Shanahan is a better
Nobody's
coach than
saying
anybody at
Kyle's a
this
bad
step.
coach.
I'm just saying Kyle
So
Shanahan.
sorry, I know
ahead.
what you're saying. But let me just, I'm almost shady. I'm going to stay woosa. If they have a losing season next year,
The C-Todd.
in your opinion, is he fired?
I think he could be but context, bro. If they have a losing season because Brock Purdy gets hurt and he has to start Josh Dobbs all 17, of course not.
That's different.
But if he ends up promoting some other assistant QC to DC.
Forget about this year, though. Forget about this year. And I agree. Nick Sorensen was not the hire.
Not
Steve
the
Wilkes
guy.
should have been. But what about all the other issues on their team, dog? Like, do you not give them some
still-
grace for that?
Here's what I suggest.
And I know you're a defensive guy, and the
Even-
defense played awful.
Even with all those issues, they
Injuries,
still would have made the playoffs. They would have been 9-8. Remember, against the Rams, they were up by 2 scores with 7 minutes remaining.
all of those
Remember,
losses
against the
are
Cardinals.
defensive collapses.
Yeah, that's my point. So if you
but
give
the
them
head coach
3
got to get
games,
some blame for it, though.
of course, of
most
course,
of those
of course,
losses
of course.
he's talking
I'm just
about-
saying they still would have made the playoffs. They wouldn't have been a 1 seed, a 2 seed, but they would have been the 4 seed, but they still would have made the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's all I'm suggesting. Kyle Shanahan, I believe, cost them the playoffs because of the hire. That's all I'm
some of those losses don't got to do with the quarterback throwing an interception?
1,000%.
Okay, 'cause I'm
1,000%.
just saying
Just the ones he's talking about, the extra 2 or 3.
Yeah, there's
like
3
20-point
games. There were
comebacks in the
the
fourth
Seahawks,
quarter.
the Cardinals, and
Yeah.
the Rams. Colvin,
It's
correct me if I'm wrong. You're a Niners fan.
all 13
All
plus.
divisional games, all double-digit blown leads in the last 7 minutes.
Yes.
That's all. That's just all I'm saying on the defense.
I mean, Shady, you said it best. The best coach in football right now, Andy Reid, right, had a losing season in Philadelphia, and it was more of fresh start. That's what that was. Not that you cannot coach.
He was there for
You know what I'm
15
saying?
But the difference, he's been
I
15
understand
years.
that. You about to be here for 9 years, and you got back-to-back losing seasons, which means you have more losing seasons in San Francisco now than you do
Back-to-back
win.
losing seasons.
But where's his ceiling?
If
Where's
he
his
loses-
ceiling? It's the
I'm
Super
saying
Bowl.
the seat is hot if you have another losing season. You have more losing seasons as a head coach with the Niners than winning. And you haven't won a Super Bowl. I can see if you won a Super Bowl, then we'd be sitting here, but he's a Super Bowl champion. You've gotten there, but you haven't won. I'm not saying fire him, but the seat's not going to be cold, is what I'm saying. I'm listening to you, Shady.
Yeah, thank you.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.